Here are 5 tested ways to get rid of your credit card debt in 30 days, all without needing to earn another dollar. And I never knew about the third method until this year. The first way is by getting one of these, a balance transfer credit card. Now, I've talked about these a bunch on the channel already, but if you're new here, this is how they work. Say you've got a bunch of credit card debt on your current credit card at 25% interest every month. It's horrible, eating away at your finances. You don't know what to do. Well, if your credit score is high enough, you could apply for a balance transfer credit card that transfers your debt from the previous card with 25% interest to a new credit card with 0% interest for the first 12 to 18 months. It usually takes just a few days to set up, and trust me, it's worth it because it's going to give you a lot of breathing room to tackle the actual debt without being bogged down by interest fees. So, what's the catch? Well, there are a few. Firstly, as mentioned, if you don't have a credit score above 690, this method isn't really going to work for you because it'll be hard to get approved, or at least for a credit card with 0%. If you're in that 580 to 669 range, you might be able to qualify for a balance transfer card, but it won't be 0%. Instead, it might be closer to 10%, which is better than your current APR. However, keep in mind these low rates are temporary, just like the 0% interest. And after 6 months to a year, it will shoot back up to the mid-20s. Side note, if that's you, don't worry because we still have 4 other methods that work just fine even if your credit is abysmal. The second catch is that 0% interest may come with a one-time transfer fee of around 3 to 5%. So if you're transferring $10,000 worth of credit card debt, you could be looking at a transfer fee between $300 and $500. But this is still a great option if the transfer fee is less than the interest you would pay over time, which it usually is. But moving on to some more realistic options for the vast majority of us, the next way to get rid of credit card debt is to get a personal loan to pay off high credit card balances. This option is a favorite amongst people who are looking to combine a bunch of different debts into just one loan, aka debt consolidation. Or if they're looking to take a high interest credit card debt and trade it for a personal loan with a lower interest rate. This is a good option because with debt consolidation, instead of dealing with a bunch of different credit card companies, all sending you different letters and written warnings, you can just deal with one company. And that also means you only have to keep track of one bill instead of 10. If credit cards are something you struggle with, then make sure to watch this video where we go over the best ways to get rid of credit card debt that don't require extra money. But even if your credit score isn't the best, there are a bunch of different personal loans out there for all credit score ranges, and we cover some of them in this video, 10 best loans for bad credit. You can check out CreditNinja.com to learn about our favorite, but maybe we're a little biased. In which case, you could always check out the 9,000 plus reviews on Trustpilot. Jokes aside, regardless of what personal loan you end up going with, remember to pay down the debt aggressively. The goal is to eliminate debt, not just transfer it to another account. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for our next video on whether credit repair services are actually worth it. The next method for eliminating credit card debt is one that I didn't hear about until this year, and I'm shocked because this could be your best option. I'm talking about borrowing against your 401k employer plan. Now, this can be risky, but it might make sense for you if you have an employer-sponsored retirement plan, but also have a low credit score. Here's how it works. If your employer's retirement plan allows it, you can borrow up to $50,000 or 50% of your 401k balance, whichever is less. There's no credit check because you're technically borrowing your own money. That means the interest rate is usually way lower than what you're paying on your credit cards. We're talking single digits instead of 20% or more. Not to mention, instead of paying interest to the loan provider, the interest paid on your 401k loan goes right back to your retirement account. And once you request the loan, it usually takes a few days to a couple of weeks to get the money. You can then use it to pay off your high interest debt in one shot. From there, you start paying the loan back through payroll deductions. And because it comes out of your paycheck automatically, it's pretty easy to stay on track of repayments. But that certainly doesn't mean it's not without a lot of risk. If you leave your job or get laid off, most plans require you to pay back the full balance quickly, sometimes within 60 to 90 days. And if you can't do that, the IRS treats it like you took the money out for good, meaning you'll owe income taxes on it and probably a 10% early withdrawal penalty if you're under 60. So it's vital that you have a super stable job if you want to use this method. But if you do and you're willing to take the sizable risk, you can say goodbye to credit card debt almost immediately. The next method is similar to the last one because it's both super risky and super effective. And it's just for homeowners, so skip ahead if that isn't for you. You have 2 options, a home equity loan which gives you a lump sum payment, or a HELOC, which gives you a flexible line of credit. Both offer lower interest rates than credit cards because, like the 401k plan, you're offering something valuable as collateral. In this case, your home. So once again, only consider this option if you're confident you can handle the payments and you've got stable income. Now, this last way to get rid of credit card debt is a little different compared to the others. It's called a debt management plan, or a DMP, and it's a way to get your credit card debt under control without borrowing more money. Here's how it works. You talk to a credit counselor, they take a look at everything you owe, and then you go to your credit card companies to negotiate lower interest rates for you. If the creditors agree, your interest rates drop and your payments get rolled into one monthly payment that you send to the agency. They handle the rest, making sure your credit card companies get paid on time every month. No new loan, no credit check, just a plan to get out of the hole. The catch? Well, you'll likely have to close your credit cards while you're on the plan. Now, that's a deal breaker for some people, but for others, it's the structure they need to stop sliding backwards into more and more debt. And the best part is that enrolling in a DMP doesn't hurt your credit score. And in many cases, your score starts to go up as your balances go down and your payment history gets back on track. So, it's a solid option for people who are overwhelmed with minimum payments, need lower interest, but don't want or can't qualify for a debt consolidation loan. But it's probably not the best option if you're looking for results fast, because if you contact a nonprofit credit counselor now, it will probably take a few weeks to set up your DMP. And there you have it, 5 methods to pay off your credit card debt in the next 30 days. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next video, and we'll see you in the next one.